Well, I'm Mohawk Bob with Thunder Night Entertainment and FireKnight TV. How are my friends? We have Bryan and Bob today. Staying busy, it looks like to me.
A little bit. This season's busy, but we're busy year-round.
That's a plus. I mean,
yeah, this season it's every day. The rest of the time it's only a few days a week.
Where do you guys all hail from?
Here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Denver
nice.
area.
Denver area?
I'm down in Aurora.
Nice.
I'm clear up on the north end of town.
And I'm at Littleton, so I mean, we're all close. What got you into the paranormal and entertainment industry, my friends?
Bad choices and too much alcohol.
Lost a bet? Yeah.
Let's hear it.
You got the good answer, and I'll just say ditto.
Back when I was a wee one, let's say Mom was a bit of a horror junkie, and Dad owned his own business. So he wasn't always there. He was, bringing in the money, doing the thing. So I got volunteered to watch the horror movies. And, when you're 5-6 years old and somebody says, hey, let's watch The Exorcist, it kind of freaks you out as a child.
Maybe a cast.
So, but, she still wanted somebody to watch horror movies with, so she's like, okay, hold on, this isn't real, this is fake, this is how they make movies, this is how the special effects are done. So she had this really crazy byproduct of making me a horror nerd that is just everything about film, everything about horror. I was all about it. But then years later, I'm seeing all of these movies come out saying based on a true story, inspired by actual events. And it's like, but hold on a minute.
Does that make you question things?
It did.
Yeah.
So I decided it was time to see if anybody was looking into it. A lot of people claimed to be looking in it. There were only two other groups at the time in Colorado that were doing anything, but I saw how they were doing it, and it's like, no, we need to legitimately look into this, not go out and have a party and talk to the
Yeah,
guys.
say, hey, is it real or not?
Exactly. It's fun to do that kind of a thing, but I wanted to do some real research. So 25 years ago, we started Rocky Mountain Paranormal, and here we are today.
And Bob,
And mine is, I wasn't with Rocky Mountain Paranormal originally 25 years ago. I've been out for a few years. But it was kind of the same story. It was not my mother, because she doesn't like horror movies, but I corrupted myself and turned myself into this lovable weirdo you see before you. It is kind of the same idea. It was coming from the perspective of being a horror nerd and having some science background and being no formal training, but something of a history buff. And if you combine those three things, it turns out you end up going to old historic places and spending the night in dark closets and investigating ghost stories.
awesome stuff. So have you been in any movies? Have you written movies? What have you done in the movie industry?
Dabble?
Just dabble?
My biggest claim to fame, is that really a claim to fame?
It's something.
Actually, it was my first little adventure out into it was Adam, the Amazing Zombie Killer.
Okay.
And used car salesman number 2.
And you, so handsome for sure.
Most of the budget went to me being cut in half, I believe.
What's the scariest place you've been in?
There's different ways of answering that.
Okay.
Because I think what most people mean by that is, where were the ghosts the scariest?
Yeah.
And that's one
That's one way to
way
interpret
to
it.
interpret it.
Okay.
The actual scariest was not one that I was present for, but I know the story. I'll let Bryan tell it because it's his story.
The old children's hospital, before they tore it down, had all sorts of stories about how there were ghosts everywhere, but there was one specific room in the children's oncology unit that...
Not a happy place.
Not a happy place to start with, but there was a ghost that had been reported there for over 50 years. His name was Shane, or so the staff had named him Shane.
Yeah, they didn't have a historic...
No.
They didn't identify it to a specific person. They just called him Shane.
They just called him Shane.
They
That's
needed
the
a
word.
name for him.
But the story was that as a child woke up in this one specific room in the middle of the night, they'd have this blonde-haired, blue-eyed child sitting on their chest trying to strangle them. And we know the staff there, they were great people. They were there to help the kids. They weren't going to go, you think that the cancer's bad, just wait till you wake up tonight. So we don't know how this could be consistent all these decades. So that was one of the claims we were going to go investigate. So we knew we were going to be on the 5th floor where his room was. Well,
And it's also worth, the way we got in was, this was when they were moving the children's hospital.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So the place was empty. the power had been shut off. There was nobody else there. You ever see a creepy abandoned hospital in a horror movie?
Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
It was
They
that bad, huh?
They get it right.
But the thing is, it was being, the guards were off-duty police officers.
And they were the only other people other than, well, it wasn't me, but our crew.
Yeah, your crew.
So we get called in by the police to look at these because the cops are freaked out. So we get there, and the first thing that happens is a couple of cops come up, and one of them goes, "Thank God you're here. That 5th floor, there's something wrong with it." Then he goes on to say, "If I'm up on the 5th floor and I see anything move, lead is flying."
Oh, shit.
Which is kind of concerning because that's where we're spending the weekend.
Yeah, you're like, could you hold back a little bit, please?
So at one point, during the investigation, generally we just kind of sit down and shut up and listen and see what's going on. But it was so cold because it was early February. It was sub-zero weather. There was no heat, and most of the windows had been broken out of the building, so it was freezing in there. And there was no electricity, so we couldn't bring in space heaters.
Oh, damn.
We had a really long extension cord that we could power our equipment with, but it wasn't enough to power
Nothing else.
shut it down.
So you froze.
So we froze. So every couple hours we'd get up and we'd walk the building. I'd take pictures, we'd take measurements, but generally we were getting up so we didn't die. Well, at one point we get up and we're walking around the building, and up ahead of us we hear what sounds like it's on two legs go around the corner really quick. It's like, did you all hear that? Yeah. So we walk up and kind of look around, and just as we get to the corner...
Yeah, well, our protocol is to run toward the ghost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as we cut the corner, we hear it run around the corner in front of us again. And we start after it, and all of a sudden we think, this could be the ghost that we're looking for. But then we thought about what that cop had said, and went, or it could be an absolutely freaked out cop that is going to shoot us.
Yikes.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Ghosts, not necessarily.
They don't have a gun.
Yeah,
Loaded.
bullets freak me out. I don't know.
I think they might freak everybody out.
Punchline to that was all the people that were on the crew said, "Okay, stay put. Wait a minute. If it's the ghost, we'll figure it out later. If it's the police officer, we'll wait until he goes downstairs. We'll go down. We'll ask, was somebody just up there? And then we'll have our answer."
Yeah, no such luck.
No, yeah, when they went back downstairs, they asked the police officer. They said, "Oh, we just had a shift change. We have no idea if anyone was up there."
There was nobody up there.
Well, we were
so
supposed
it could have
to be
been.
back
Yeah.
the following weekend for another adventure.
Yeah, so the idea was, okay, the same guy will be back next week, and we'll see. We're upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Homeland Security had different ideas. They took the property and used it for a training exercise, and took the building down a couple of days after we were there. So we never got to go back.
You never got all your answers.
We have no idea.
Oh, now that's a bummer.
Yeah. And we've had that happen a few times where it's like we were so close to being able to, I don't know what it was.
Like either prove the ghost or disprove the ghost or what.
Exactly.
Whatever the case.
And for some reason or another, the building comes down, the property changes hands. It's always something bizarre like that.
Yeah, wait till Fort Logan closed down. You'll have a heyday out there.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your podcast.
Our podcast, slightly adjacent to paranormal, I guess.
Yeah. Horror.
We are horror freaks. So we have a horror-based podcast. We interview people from all aspects of horror.
Filmmakers, directors, actors, musicians, authors, special effects people, makeup people, the occasional historian or academic.
And how many shows have you done altogether?
50-ish.
As of today, 49.
49. You guys have been at it for a while. Who's been your best guest? The one that you enjoyed the most?
It's rough. There have been so many good ones.
The Terrifier guys stand out because we did that before a live audience.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Part of it's they're great guys too,
Yeah.
but part of it was also that was a live audience, so that was fun.
So back in the 1940s, there was a U.S. chaplain, military, who was stationed in Italy and befriended this local padre. And this padre, they became really good friends. And as the chaplain was coming back to the U.S., the padre said, "I need to give you something to remember me by. We were friends." So he gives him this big book, and
It's the
Missal Romanum.
Yeah, the Roman Missal, the book that the priest reads from during the Mass.
Yeah, during the Mass.
The big book at the lectern.
The big red book, as they call it. So this chaplain brings it back and donates it to his church. And the church kept it for a long time. But what happens is if you donate a lot of money to your local Catholic church for, I believe it was to add an addition to the building, they'll say thank you by giving you something out of their collection of stuff. Well, they said, "We've got this book from Italy here." So it goes to this family's house and sits there forever until the family elders pass on. And the family's there kind of cleaning things up, doesn't know what this book is, and donates it to Goodwill.
And you come across it at a Goodwill.
I come across it online at Goodwill, and the only reason that I knew, or I thought anything about it, is in the book, and I can show you this, was a little thing certifying that it was used by this Francisco friar by the name of Pio.
Amazing.
And I thought, wow, it's worth it just to see if that's a legitimate book or not. So I purchased it, and as you said, punchline that goes with it, after the book was brought here, the Padre became known as the Paranormal Padre because of all the claims. He was having visions and possessions and levitations, and his
Stigmata.
His big gig was the stigmata.
Yep. The wounds of Jesus.
And when that happened, he kind of, the church told him to dial it back a bit, but he didn't. And one of the last things that Pope John Paul did was canonized him. So he's no longer Padre, he's now Saint.
Saint.
So I get this book that I knew was owned by him, and it turns out since Pio was a bleeder, he bled on it too, which makes it a first-class Catholic relic.
Yeah, it's an amazing book, my friends.
It's a heavy book. And I've had it authenticated through a couple of the different people in the Pio know, and now it's just part of the collection
It's
of
part of your
stuff. Exactly.
Amazing stuff, let's just say.
I have some weird stuff.
I got some weird stuff too, and I'm proud of my collection.
That might
I'm
be
jealous of
take
that
the
one.
cake right there.
Yeah, I can't outdo
This book, could you hold it up so everybody could see it?
Absolutely.
Because it's
It's heavy.
very important that
If
they
I could
see
lift it.
the real thing.
The big book of Pio.
Is that amazing, my friends? To get to hold that, something that history is all about. An amazing blessing for us today. Thank you for bringing it so much, because it means a lot to a lot of people. So what does the future have in store for you, my friends?
Podcast stuff pretty much every week. That's ongoing. The paranormal stuff ebbs and flows, but we've got inquiries out to some places to look into.
We do a lot of public speaking. You can catch us at your local library or schools. We do a lot of educational stuff. And
I'll keep that in mind for my kids.
and
But the most important
the big one
is we have a new book out. It's about a month old. It's called Case Files of the Rocky Mountain Paranormal Research Society, Volume 1.
Okay.
So it's the first in a series. Volume 1 is the only one that's out yet, but we'll have another one next year.
So let's do this. Tell our audience where they can find you.
So the book is available through the publishing house, which is me, and that's
Okay.
at polymathpress.com. It's also available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, bookstores, wherever you can get it. We collectively can be found at RockyMountainParanormal.com or all the social media
Okay.
at Rocky Mountain Paranormal. Our podcast is at DoYouLikeScaryMovies.com. His other podcast is at TheyDidItPodcast.com. That's
Okay.
a conspiracy theory podcast. My YouTube channel's at phobophile.com. PHOBOPHILE.
So
I think that covers most of
I
them.
think that we got it all in there.
There's a lot of them.
you can't help but trip across this somewhere.
Amen.
Yeah, we're sitting here doing all this stuff. Somebody walks in that was at one of our things the other day. So
Yeah, I mean, that says enough. I saw you last week, at the cemetery.
we're not hard to find.
Bryan and Bob, I want to thank you guys so much for coming out, spend your day with us, show us that amazing piece, Padre Pio missile. What a cool thing to see in my lifetime. Thank you guys very, very much.